that's a new screen.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Welcome to Congregation Or Tzion. We're delighted to have you with us. We are using Sidur Lev Shalem as our prayer book, which is available to you on the synagogue website, otaz.org/digital Sidur Read. otaz.org/digital Sidur Read. Should I start again? All right.
There we go.
Second time around. Welcome, everybody.
There we go.
Welcome to Congregation Or Tzion. We're delighted to have you with us. We are using Sidur Lev Shalem as our prayer book. It's available to you at the synagogue website, otaz.org/digital Sidur Read. otaz.org/digital Sidur Read. Sidur Lev Shalem for Kabbalat Shabbat. Let's begin with a simple breathing meditation. Breathe in peace. Breathe out anxiety. Breathe in light. Breathe out darkness. Breathe in joy. Breathe out pain. Breathe in health. Breathe out sickness. Breathe in trust. Breathe out fear. Breathe in rest. Breathe out panic. Breathe in the life breath that comes from God. Breathe out all that we take for granted. Shabbat Shalom. We begin on page 5 with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 10, Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh Av HaRachaman, Yedid Nefesh Av HaRachaman, Meshachavdav El Netzonav, Meshachavdav Yananai El Netzonav, Yarutzavdav Yishtachavel mu yalalai mu hadarav ki yeravlo yedidutav minofetzu yananai vechotam Adonai eziv ha'olam Adonai eziv ha'olam, nafshi cholat, ahavatach, nafshi cholat, yananai ahavatach, ana elna, rebanala, beharot la, Yananai noam ziva az titchazek vetitrape Yana nai 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 shivchat olam. Yana nai 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 nai, yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai yana nai nai, yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai yana nai nai, yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai nai. Yan nai nai yan nai nai yan nai 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 yan nai 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 yan nai 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 yan nai nai yan nai nai nai.
Page 11, on the left-hand corner. Let's read together. I found myself yearning. I found myself yearning without any threshold. No threshold at which to stop. No threshold for peace. So I created within me thresholds to stop and to see. I inscribed within myself stairs to see heaven, and a ray of peace touched me. Page 11, L'chun around.
L'chun eran al Adonai, nari al etzor hishenu. Nikad mafana v'toda v'zmino nari alo kiyata. Arba'im shana akut bedor, v'ha'omaram to'e levavhem, v'hem lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati ve'api, im yevohun el menuchati.
Page 13.
Yain nai nai shiru ladonai shir chadash shiru ladonai kol haaretz shiru ladonai baruch shemo basru miyom leyom yeshuato sapru v'goyim kevodo bechol ha'amim nivrotav ki gadol Adonai umhulal meod. Norahu al kol ha'elohim nai nai al kol Elohim nai 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 ki kol Elohei ha'amim elilim ba'adonai shamayim asa hod ve'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho habul Adonai mishpechot amim habul Adonai kavod va'oz habul Adonai kevod shemo habzu mincha uva'u lechatrotav nai nai ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh chilu mipanav kol haaretz imru v'goyim Adonai malach aftikon tevel baltimot yadin amim b'mesharim yismechu hashamayim metagel haaretz yiram hayam umlo nai 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 yai nai yai nai 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 yai nai 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 yai nai 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 nai. Yahalo sadai v'chol asher boz yeranenu kol atzei ya'ar lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek ve'amim be'emunato. Adonai malach tagel haaretz yismechu iyim rabim anan barafel sevivav tzedek u'mishpat mechon kiso esh lefanav telech utlahet saviv tzara. Or zarua latzadik uyishrei lev simcha. Or zarua latzadik uyishrei lev simcha. Or zarua latzadik uyishrei lev simcha. Uyishrei lev simcha. Or zarua latzadik uyishrei lev simcha. וישרה לב שמחה. ינאי נאי 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 נאי. ינאי נאי ינאי נאי 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 נאי. ינאי נאי נאי. שמחו צדיקים באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו.
Page 17.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, כי נפלאות עשה הושיע ימינו וזרוע קודשו. לפני אדוני קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים במישרים. אדוני מלך ירכזו עמים, יושב קרובים תנו את הארץ, אדוני בציון גדול ורמו על כל העמים. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו.
Page 21. If you are able to rise, we invite you to rise.
מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני ונעימים, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז. יין הבו לאדוני כבוד שמו השתחוו לאדוני בהר הקודש. כל אדוני המים אל הכבוד הרים. אדוני על מים רבים. כל אדוני בכוח. יין כל אדוני בהדר. כל אדוני שובר ארזים. וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון. וירקידם כמו עגל לבנון. בציון כמו ואין רעימים. יין כל אדוני חצב להבות אש. כל אדוני יחיל מדבר. יחיל אדוני מדבר קדש. כל אדוני יחולל איילות ויחשוף יערות. ובהיכלו כולו עומד כבוד. יין אדוני למבוא ישב וישב אדוני מלך לעולם. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן. אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום.
You may be seated. Lechadodi, page 23.
לחסדודי לקראת קלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Yishmiyanu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, L'shemo tifet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nehocha, Ki hi mekor habracha, V'rosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech in melucha, Kumitzei mitocha hafecha, Rav lach shevet be'emek habacha, Ve'hu yachamol alayichem la. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 8. Yaminu smol tifrotzi, ve'et Adonai ta'aritzi, al yad ish ben parzi, v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, Gam b'simcha u'tzola, Toch emunei am segula, Boi chala, Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Page 27. The psalm says, Tov lahodot l'Adonai. It is good to thank you, Adonai. This is our weekly opportunity to share good things that have happened to us. Would anybody like to share? Anybody who's here in the sanctuary this evening? Something good that happened to you this week?
I got a new refrigerator. This was
refrigerator.
Massively exciting.
Scott's going out of town next week.
Ooh, look at you.
The Kentucky Derby is being run when it's supposed to be run on the first Saturday of May.
Wait.
Kentucky Derby.
The Kentucky Derby is being run this Shabbat.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Nobody's checked the schedule.
First Saturday of May.
First Saturday of May.
From Kentucky, it's supposed.
That's true. You're from Kentucky. Enjoy your what's it? Mint julep.
Yes.
Okay.
How dare they do it on Shabbat?
How dare they?
It doesn't stop the masses. Only COVID does. It's only about 50,000 will be there instead of 100.
So they're limiting seating to 50,000. Okay. I'm glad they're being conscious. Conscientious. Okay.
And I'm thankful too. I received a job offer this week, which I accepted.
Woo!
I'm going to be the chief rabbi of Natick, Massachusetts.
Nice. Mazel tov. Mazel tov.
Page 27.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. עלי עצור בנוי רבל, יגנים שמסתם ורבים. עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני. צורי ולא עוולת בו. אדוני מלאך גאות לבש, לבש אדוני, הוציא זרע תיקון תבל בל תימוד, נכון כי שכה מאז מעולם אתה. מכל עוד מים רבים אדירים נשברי המדיר במרום אדוני עדותיך נאמנו מאוד לביתך נאווה קודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
Page 30, the mourners and those observing yahrzeit rise for Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbi.
Amen.
Ve'alma divarak hirutei ve'yamlik malchutei. V'chayechom u've'yomechom u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kari ve'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mivarach le'olam ba'olmei almaya. Yitbarach ve'yishtabach ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh. V'yitadar ve'yitalev ve'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela mikol berchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Damiran bi'alma ve'imru. Amen. Yehi shalom araba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom miromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru.
Amen.
Amen. My friends, Friday in the Hebrew calendar was Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day in the counting of the Omer, which is a traditional Jewish holiday. It marks a break from the restrictive customs between Pesach and Shavuot. For example, there were a lot of haircuts and weddings yesterday. Haircuts and weddings are forbidden before Lag BaOmer. In Israel, it is a time of Hilula, celebration. There were bonfires and barbecues everywhere, singing and dancing, especially at Mount Meron in the Upper Galilee. But as you probably heard, as many as 100,000 Haredim, ultra-Orthodox Jews, were gathered there at Mount Meron in a relatively small space, and there was a stampede, and 45 people were killed, and hundreds were wounded. A massive tragedy. And all Israel and the Jewish people everywhere are in mourning. It was one of the worst peacetime disasters in Israeli history. And I'm sure there will be a full investigation of why the authorities were not prepared for this. Let me say just a few words about the meaning of this horrible incident. First, why were there so many Haredim there? There is the notion in traditional Jewish sources that the burial place of a tzaddik, a righteous person, is sacred ground. People go to the graves of the tzaddikim to pray. The majority of those who were at Meron yesterday were there with aches and pains and prayers for healing for themselves and their loved ones. Traditionally, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is buried at Meron. He was a 2nd century Talmudic sage who is credited with having written the Zohar, the great work of Jewish mysticism. And they say that Lag BaOmer is the day when he revealed the Holy Zohar. And that's why there are bonfires. The bonfires represent the fire, the light of revelation. Actually, we know today that the Zohar was largely written by Moshe de Leon in 13th century Spain. Moshe de Leon thought that he was channeling Bar Yochai. In addition to being a place to pray for healing, the pilgrimage to Meron offers a moment of genuine religious ecstasy. People go there for a few minutes of Kirvat Elohim, a few moments of intimacy with God. And to the extent that we too are seeking God, even if our search takes different forms from theirs, we can certainly empathize with them. In short, those who came to Meron to improve their lives had their lives made even worse by this annual pilgrimage. It's not unlike the Hajj to Mecca that Muslims make. In many years, thousands of people are killed on the Hajj. Thousands of people lose their lives because of the mass throngs that come to Saudi Arabia for the Hajj. Yes, the Haredim are different from us. But secular Israelis today are really obsessed with the Haredim. The word Haredim means shakers or Quakers, those who tremble at the presence of God. Secular Israelis are fascinated by them. You may have seen the Netflix series Shtisel. If you haven't, I recommend it to you. It's the story of a 4-generation Haredi family in Jerusalem. It's very well written and acted. So why do secular Israelis care about the Haredim? There's a story that the Israeli philosopher Micha Goodman tells. It's a parable of people wandering through the wilderness, gathering a lot of stuff along the way. Cherished possessions. Finally, they arrive at the place they need to get to. It turns out that it's at the bottom of a hill. So instead of schlepping all their stuff up the hill, they leave their things at the bottom until they get to the top, where they build their home. After a few decades of building a nice home, they start to miss their stuff, their carpets, their jewelry, all the treasures they left at the bottom of the hill. And that is what has happened to secular Israelis. They built a home, and they discovered that they missed the richness of the Jewish heritage that they had abandoned. Mind you, they don't want to become Haredim. They hate the Israeli rabbinate with its coercive state power. They hate all the restrictions on who they can marry and how they have to behave on Shabbat. But they miss the music, the stories, the wisdom of the Jewish tradition. So a lot of very interesting things are happening in Israel today. There is a lot of cultural retrieval. A recent poll shows that 10% of traditional Jews in Israel, traditional meaning not Haredi, and 3% of secular Israeli Jews say that they go on pilgrimage to Mount Meron whenever they can. And a lot of American students in Israel go on the pilgrimage too. And a lot of women go on the pilgrimage and they pray in a separate area. It's interesting that Lag BaOmer is also tied to the story of Rabbi Akiva, the famous 2nd century sage and rebel against Rome. The story is told that a plague killed 12,000 of his students. The plague ended on Lag BaOmer. The tradition says the students died because lo nahagu kavod ze mizeh. They did not respect one another. But the real reason for the story is probably that they died fighting Rome. It was a messianic delusion that they could defeat Rome. But they did keep Torah study alive, and Torah study has sustained our people through the centuries. So Lag BaOmer is also a story about messianism versus realism. And it's a story about the value of Torah. That then is the background to the tragedy that took place yesterday. I hope I have made it a little bit easier for you to understand. As the prophet Isaiah said, may God wipe tears from all faces. May we see happier times. We take up our prayer books once again. Page 39, I invite you to rise for Baruch.
Yana nai nai nai, 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 yana nai nai nai. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Yana nai nai nai, 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 yana nai nai nai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro mariv ha'anavim, v'chochma potech sheharim. ולעלוד מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, מבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו Yorech Yameinu, Ubahem Nege Yomam Balayla, Va'ahavatcha Al Tasir Mimenu Leolamim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, B'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha beveitecha uvlechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. והיה אם שמוע תשמעו מצוותי אשר אנוכי הם היום. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים. אדוני אלוהיכם באמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו כי אדוני אלוהינו אין זולתו ואנחנו ישראל עמו. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא תהילות אוסף פלא נורא תהילות אוסף פלא מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים זה אלי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ינאי בim bim bam ינאי bim bam יא ביי bim bim bam יא ביי bim bam יא ביי יא ביי bim bam יא ביי יא ביי bim bam ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 45, let's read together in the English. Peace in the night. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha baruch atah Adonai. Hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Page 46, I invite you to rise.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat bayi nafash u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat bayi nafash Yitkada ve'itkadash shemei Rabba Ve'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei V'chayechonu v'yomechon Uv'chayedecho beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uv'izman karim Ve'imru Amen Yeshme Rabba mevarach Le'alam ulal mehomaya yitbarach Yitbarach ve'yishtabach Yitbar v'yitrama ve'yinaseh V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'ala Shmei dekudsha brichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechamata Da'amira be'alma V'imru Amen.
The Quiet Amidah, pages 47 through 52. Page 53.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaHanora Elyon Koneh Shamayim Va'aretz Magen Avot Bivaro V'chayei Metim B'ma'amaro Ha'el HaKadosh She'ein Kamohu Hameniach Le'amo B'yom Shabbat Kodsho Ki bam ratza lehaniach lahem Ki bam ratza lehaniach lahem Lefanav navod v'yira v'pachad V'nodeh lishmo v'chol yom tamid Ne'on habrachot El hahodaot Adon hashalom Nekadesh hashabat Uvarech Shevihi Umeniach Bikdusha Le'amedu Shnei Oneg Zecher Lema'aseh V'reishit Eloheinu V'Eloi Avotenu V'Imotenu Netzev V'Imnuchatenu Kashenu B'mitzvotecha V'ten Chalkenu B'toratecha Zahavenu mituvecha, v'samchenu b'shuatecha, v'taher libeinu, le'ovdecha ve'emet, ve'anchilenu, Adonai Eloheinu, ve'ahava uvratzon, Shabbat kodecha, yanuchu v'Yisrael, Mekadeshei Shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shmei Rabbah Be'alma divra kidutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayeichon v'imechon v'chayei l'chol Beit Yisrael V'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach Le'alam ulam me'amaya yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishlavach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalash v'yitkudsha v'yichu Le'elam yinkol b'rechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amirhan me'ama v'yimru Amen titkabol soton ba'utahon l'cho Yisrael kodam avoni v'yishmaya v'yimru Amen yehi shalom rabamim shmaya v'chaim alin v'yalko Yisrael v'yimeru Amen oseh shalom b'mramav Hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yalko Yisrael v'yalko yoshvei tevel v'imru Amen.
Our thoughts turn to those in need of healing. The Cantor is going to sing the beautiful Debbie Friedman, Misha Berach.
Mi shebeirach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
When it gets dark out, you should count the Omer. We count the days from Pesach to Shavuot, remembering that yesterday was number 33. Page 56, we rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נותן מים ויעשה עצמו שמתקדו בשמיים אמו, שכנת את זה בגובים. כן נקווה לך אדוני. כך כתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
May be seated. This week we mark the following yahrzeits. We remember Lillian Filer, mother of Netta Shafir. Fanny Resnick, mother of Laura Sharp. Leon Schlosser, father of Stephen Schlosser. Abe Guberman, father of Karen Beiser. Andrew Scott Bernard, brother of Lori Matlick. Judith Abshez, sister of Francis Lipsman. Josefa Ofer, mother of Dannah Pfeffer and Tolly Marks. Leonard Green, father of Dr. Barry Green. Bob Wolf, father-in-law of Stephen Schlosser. Leonard Green, grandfather of Evan Green. Milton Cooperman, father of Ronald Cooperman. Michelle Kerner, father of Annette Kanshapolsky. Israel Zweig, paternal grandfather of Howard Zweig. Bernard Herz, grandfather of Jeffrey Herz. Laurie Martin, aunt of Frank Lang. George Wallace, father of Jill Schwartz, grandfather of Dr. Adam Schwartz and Dr. Rachel Schwartz. Please add other names silently. The mourners and those observing yahrzeit turn to page 58 and rise for mourners' Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbi.
Amen.
V'alma divarak hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayichom u'v'yomechom u'v'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Leolam Olmei Almighty. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yithalal. Shemei Dekudsha Brichu. Leila Mikol Birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Damiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shalom Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom b'romav hu yaseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael B'imru. Amen. May the one who creates heaven, peace on high, bring peace to us and to all Israel and to all who dwell on earth, and let us say, Amen. Amen. Now, Susan and Mike Portnoy have been waiting very patiently to give announcements this evening.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Rabbi Klatzker and Cantor Rubinstein for leading us in services tonight. Thank you to Scott Wiggin for the sound design and technical assistance. If you have an upcoming birthday or anniversary and would like to receive a special blessings on Shabbat morning, please contact the synagogue office. Check the weekly e-bulletin and website for details on our upcoming events, including we're looking for your favorite dairy recipes in celebration of Shavuot for the upcoming Or Tzion cookbook. Submit your best recipes at otaz.org/cookbook. Wolcott live from New York tour of Kehila Kedosha Yanina will take place on May 16th at 11 a.m. Learn more in the e-bulletin.
And a reminder, we now have in-person services on Friday evenings and Saturday mornings. Please sign up if you're interested in attending at otaz.org/Shabbat.
otaz.shiva? What, Minion?
Go ahead.
Please check our website and weekly e-bulletin for important information on services and virtual program details. Shabbat Shalom and Mazal Tov to Rabbi for his new position.
Mazal tov. One more announcement. On Monday, May 3rd at 6 p.m., that's Pacific Standard Time, we are actually going to be joined by Brianna, Julia, and Avi Kaplan. They are concluding saying Kaddish for Rabbi Micah Kaplan, which is kind of hard to believe. So if you would please join them as they say Kaddish for their dad sort of one last time as part of their yearly obligation. That is this Monday, May 3rd at 6 p.m. And check the bulletin for the Zoom link. It went out yesterday, so please do that. Thank you.
Let's sing Yigdal, page 62.
Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yishabach nimtza v'yehet el metziuto echad v'en yachid k'yichudo ne'lam v'gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf ve'eino guf lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon v'ein reshit le'reshito Hino Adon Olam Bechol Notzar Yoreh Gedulato Umalchuto Shefa Nevuato Netano El Anshe Gulato V'Tifarto Lo Kam B'Yisrael Kemo She'ot Navi Mahabit Et Tmunato Torat Emet Natan Le'amo El Al Yad Nevi'o Ne'man Beito Lo Yachalifa El Ve'lo Yamir Dato Le'olamim Le'zulato Sofer Yodea Zetarenu Mabit L'sof Davar V'Kadmato Gomel Ish Chesed K'mifalo Noten L'Rashara Kedishato Lishlach L'Ketz Yamin Meshichenu Lifdot Mechakeket Yeshuato Metim Yechael Perov Kasto Baruch Adea Shem Tehilato Metim Yechael Perov Kasto Baruch Adea Shem Tehilato.
We invite you to rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho v'ahavahu v'ratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh. Zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki banu bacharta. Yotanu kidashta. Bikohamim. V'shabbat kodshecha. V'ahava uvratzon. Hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai. Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. We want to thank you for joining us this evening with Congregation Or Tzion. Thank you to those who are here in person. Thank you to those who are out there in live stream land. We will see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 as together we say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Umevorach. Bim bam, bim 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 bam. Bim 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 bim, bitty 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 bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom. We'll see you.
Shabbat shalom.